We, the auction house Künker at Osnabrück, are specialized in coins of the German Empire. Several times a year, we offer a great selection of these coins during our auction sales and, of course, in our online shop. Our upcoming summer auction makes no exception from that rule. On 4 July 2014, we sell an important series of gold and silver coins from the time between 1871 and 1918, including all great rarities. We happily take that as an opportunity to provide you with some background information on the pieces. On 18 January 1871, William I was proclaimed Emperor of the newly founded Second German Empire in the Hall of Mirrors at Versailles Palace. That had been preceded by the war against France. Since it had been Napoleon III who had declared this war, the states of southern Germany had been forced to ally with the North German Confederation led by Prussia. Prussian Chancellor Bismarck exploited the resulting wave of national sentiments to make the long-planned German Empire come into being. The new empire was a federal state in which the German kingdoms, principalities, counties, and free cities continued to play an important role. While the nation elected the members of the Reichstag directly, the Bundestag consisted of the appointed representatives of the 25 territories. Prussia was of particularly great importance. The King of Prussia, as German Emperor, commanded both the executive and the army, and the Prussian Prime Minister, as Imperial Chancellor and Chairman of the Bundesrat in a personal union, presided over the legislative and the imperial government. In this function, the Reichskanzlei presented a draft bill on the minting of gold coins. That law passed on 4 December 1871, stipulating that a common coin of the empire was to be produced. Its gold content was fixed by stating that 139.5 pieces were to be made of 1 pound of fine gold. This coin was a 10-mark piece, since at the same time it was laid down that every tenth of that very gold coin was to be called mark and was to be divided into 100 pfennige. Apart from the imperial gold coin of 10 mark, an imperial gold coin of 20 mark was to be issued, with 69 3/4 pieces made of that 1 pound of fine gold. All reverses showed the same subject, i.e., the imperial eagle, wearing the crown of the German Empire. On his chest he wears a shield that likewise features an eagle with a crown. This depiction, however, does not refer to the imperial eagle, but to the Prussian one, characterized by the shield on the chest of the Hohenzollern coat of arms in silver and black and the Order of the Black Eagle. In 1888, this Prussian predominance in terms of iconography was considered inappropriate, and so it was decreed by the highest order of 6 December 1888 that the imperial eagle was to be enlarged and the chest shield to be made smaller. Apart from the imperial eagle, the reverse stated the denomination, the term German Empire, and the year of issue. That the German Empire was a federal state is clearly reflected in the coinage. The obverses of both the gold and the silver coins are devoted to the individual territories and exhibit the portrait of the reigning prince. The free Hanseatic cities of Lübeck, Bremen, and Hamburg had their coat of arms depicted. Likewise, on the obverse, a letter is added, stating the mint that produced the specimen. A stands for Berlin, B for Hanover, C for Frankfurt, D for Munich, E for Dresden and for Muldenhütten since 1887, respectively, F for Stuttgart, G for Karlsruhe, H for Darmstadt, J for Hamburg. The letters continued to be in use. In the Weimar Republic, both in the Federal Republic of Germany and the German Democratic Republic, even on our euro coins, we still find some of these letters. A single currency for the economic area of Germany had been something most desirable that was realized in great haste. It hardly comes as a surprise, therefore, that some weaknesses of the original design became apparent in the course of years. The 5-mark pieces in gold proved to be too small to circulate. They were very unpopular. People favored the significantly larger 5-mark pieces in silver instead. At the end of April 1873, coins equivalent to 600 million mark had been produced, and they constantly grew in number. Defeated France had been obliged to concede reparations amounting to 5 billion gold mark as stipulated in the Treaty of Frankfurt. These too were recoined in golden 20-mark pieces and for the most part stored in the Julius-term as Reichskriegsschatz. The French money boosted Germany's economy and prompted an incredible boom that went down in the collective memory as Gründerzeit. That is a fitting term for an era when the positive economic signals motivated many craftsmen to venture the step to become large-scale manufacturers. While during the 40 years between 1867 and 1870, exactly 88 joint stock corporations were founded in Prussia. Between 1871 and 1873, there were 10 times as many, 928. And so these coins bear testimony to a period of optimism in the German Empire when everything was deemed possible. If you want to assess the market value of a coin that had been produced during 1871 and 1918, you better have a close look at its condition first. That is the decisive criterion for its price. This 2-mark piece, minted in Hesse in 1888, for example, is a perfect coin. You can perceive every detail of the portrait and the eagle. The same goes for this 5-mark piece from Württemberg. Its condition is stated as proof. Please pay attention to the hair of the king and his beard. Both elements are very hard to make out on this piece, whose condition is about very fine. In the year when the very fine piece was made, the mintage was just 20,000 specimens. The proof coin, in contrast, appears 3 times as often. That fact notwithstanding, the very fine piece is estimated at 300 euros, the perfect one at 7,500 euros. Of course, rarity is an important factor as well. Of this inconspicuous Prussian 10-mark piece, minted in Hanover in 1878, for example, only a handful of specimens has survived. This is why the very fine piece is estimated at 60,000 euros. Almost rarer is this coin of Henry XXII from the elder line of the Counts of Reuss. This family controlled a small area at the western frontier of Saxony and had just once during the entire period of the German Empire coins struck, hence in 1875. That was possibly due to the fact that Henry XXII remained hostile to Prussia and the German Empire. The rarest type of all imperial gold coins was issued by Ernest II, Duke of Saxe, Coburg, Gotha. The mintage was as low as 1,000 specimens. Even less examples were manufactured of this Bavarian 3-mark piece that was dedicated to the golden wedding anniversary of the royal couple. Because of the shortage of silver in its year of issue, 1918, when the war was still going on, it was only possible to produce as few as 130 examples. In that very year, albeit backdated to 1917, the most beautiful and rarest imperial coin of all was created. It was issued by Saxony and commemorated the 4th centenary of the Reformation. The obverse depicts Frederick the Wise, supporter of reformer Luther, whom he represents at the same time. After all, the Saxons had handed in a sketch for approval that actually showed Luther on the obverse. But a commoner depicted on an imperial coin? That was really too much for the Reichsschatzamt. The first Saxon bill was defeated, and before the next draft could be approved, the Jubilee year was already coming to an end to the effect that as late as April 1918, only 100 specimens of these magnificent coins were minted. At this time, World War I was drawing to a close. More and more soldiers refused to obey the orders of their commanders. Although there were many more war dead to be mourned until the German Revolution forced the emperor to finally abdicate. By then, the gold mark was long condemned to failure. In 1909, the banknotes of the Reichsbank had been declared legal tender, meaning that everyone was compelled to accept it as payment at the nominal value. The gold coins were replaced by banknotes with increasing frequency. Therewith, the German Empire was given the possibility to finance this war by making the printing presses work harder. When in June 1919 the Treaty of Versailles was signed, the debts of the German Empire amounted to 150 billion mark. Plus, there were huge reparation claims of the Allies. Strictly speaking, at this stage there was no way the hyperinflation of 192 could have been prevented. But that is a different story. We, the auction house Künker, are happy to invite you to our Summer Auction Sale 2014. If this film has aroused your interest in the coins of the German Empire, then we recommend that you participate in our auction number 252 to be conducted on Friday, 4 July 2014. In case you have any further questions, please do not hesitate to contact us.